What's up, y'all? It's Otaku Tavern back at you with another video. If you like the type of content that I create, make sure you like, sub, comment, all that good stuff, right? And make sure you leave a thumbs up if you enjoy the video. So I'm going to talk about two things tonight. Again, I was going to do this last night, but I was just really tired, to be honest, and I was like, well, I'll just do it tomorrow. So yeah, I'm going to talk about two topics again tonight, and y'all, like, I'm going to talk about a topic that I've not talked about before. And the two topics that I'm going to talk about tonight is why New Year's is full of garbage. And the second topic that I plan on talk about is carouseling within dating. We've not quite talked about carouseling on the channel yet. So I thought, you know what? We're going to talk about carouseling and, you know, just kind of hang out and all that stuff, you know. And it's just, it's quite a bit to get into. So, yeah, anyway, we're going to go ahead and get into this. I went ahead and just picked Dragon Ball Sparking Zero to play to this, to be honest. Like, I was going to start a new game tonight, but I was like, you know what? Since I'm doing a topic, you know, it would probably be best if I just didn't start a new game, only to cover these two topics and, you know, not really be talking about the game really all that much. So, we'll do that here in a day or two. So that's always good. Yeah, anyway, so New Year's I really want to talk about because I was kind of talking a little bit about this like the other day, and you know, it's like, oh crap, okay. It's like, you know, New Year's, honestly, to me, is nothing but a bunch of excuses. Like, it's a bunch of pointless words that people say that really don't happen hardly. And it's just stupid. Like, it's completely stupid. But what I'm talking about is, you know, like, say somebody will say, oh, well, you know, talking about all these, like, New Year's resolutions, right? Like, a lot of people you'll hear always going on and on and on about New Year's resolutions, right? New Year's resolutions, oh, I got a bucket list kind of thing. You know the whole thing, right? So, when these people say this stuff, like, you have to stop and ask and wonder, well, when are you actually going to start doing exactly what you're claiming you want to do, right? Like, for some people that may look like losing weight. Or for some people that may just simply be, oh, I want to be better. I want to be a better person. You know, like, and you'll really notice, like, when these people will make these promises, and you know, they never happen. Like, they never happen. Like, very few people actually do stick to New Year's resolutions and actually commit to changing and doing things. And I'm going to talk about here in a moment, like, one thing, like, that proves that it's just all bullcrap. Like, countless people will say, oh, well, I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that, right? And, you know, they never do. They never do. Like, I could honestly sit here and tell you, everybody that I've came across will say, oh, I'm going to do better, you know, this New Year's and so on and so forth. And it's like, you know, yeah, that's what you said, like, the last, you know, I don't know how many New Year's, right? And it, like, it's stupid. Like, they say this every New Year's time, like every year, right? Every year that comes across, you know, and, you know, they make it to the new year, Lord willing, they end up saying, oh, you know, I got all these New Year's resolutions, you know, I'm going to do it this time, you know, bucket list kind of thing. And it's like, okay, when? When are you going to do it? Because, to be honest with you, I'll tell you one reason why this is so full of crap. Because the number one thing that people think about when it's New Year's and New Year's Eve is actually getting drunk. Literally, no, I'm not even joking. Like, you know, yeah, that's a good way to start off the year, isn't it? Like, no, it's absolutely not. It's actually terrible. Like, that right there shows me people, they're not trying to change. It's all talk and no, like, it's all bark and no bite kind of deal. Like, it's complete BS. I mean, because if these people was really going to do this, then why in the hell are they sitting here getting drunk? Like, as soon as the new year starts. Like, seriously, ask yourself that question. Like, here you got people claiming they're going to do better and say, you know, it could be any goal you have. It could be lose weight. It could be stop cussing. It could be, oh, well, I want to do whatever, right? And it's like, you know, like I said before, when in the hell are you going to do it? When the hell are you going to do it? Because, hey, how's it going? Like, when the hell are you going to do it? Because I have yet to meet a individual, a person, at the end of the year, they say, you know what? I did my New Year's resolutions. I did one thing or everything. I have yet to see that. I have not seen that at all. Like, and it's like, you know, when is it going to change? Like, only drinking would make it worse. Never understand it. Yeah, like, I mean, that is not a New Year's resolution. That is not a sign of change at all. That is not a sign of change. Like, that is a sign showing me, oh, hey, this year I'm going to continue to be toxic. I'm going to continue to do the same crap I always do, if not more. And, like, you know, like, I don't do New Year's resolutions. My goals are long, like, all year long. Like, I don't sit here, like, I've had the same goals for maybe even years, right? And, you know, you reach that goal when you reach it. I mean, it could take 1 year, it could take 2 months, it could take 5 months, it could take 2 years, 10 years, so on and so forth, right? So, you know, when they say, like another one, I'll tell you another one. Oh, a New Year's resolution. Oh, I'm going to start going to the gym. You know, okay, well, you know, it's May and you still haven't been to the gym. What exactly month are you going to the gym? Like, it's it's all talk. That's all it is. Like, it's just crap people say, and it's meaningless. Like, it's literally meaningless. And, like, I don't want any part of it. Like, when people sitting here telling me, if someone's sitting here telling me, oh, yeah, you know, New Year's around, I'm going to do this and that, I'm like, oh, okay, well, why haven't you done it, like, the prior year? Why now? Like, I don't buy liquor on New Year's anymore. All talk, little to no action. I've never bought liquor on New Year's. Like honestly, if I was going to do something, I'm not going to waste my money. Like, why would I pay to die? Like, I mean, I can't necessarily say what I would really say after that on YouTube, but, like, I mean, it's just like, you know, why would I sit here and pay money to die when, you know, I mean, like, it's stupid. Like, and another thing is like, oh, it's fun, you know, and that's another thing. That also shows me you do not have genuine change in your heart. You do not have genuine change, because if you did, drinking on New Year's would be the last thing you'd be thinking about. Literally, you would not be thinking about drinking on New Year's if you really had a change of heart. Be like, you know what? I need to get my act together. I need to straighten up. So I'm gonna get a bunch of things to put on a bucket list, and then I'm gonna do them. And it's like, you know, no, you're not. It's all crap. Like, but yeah, like, you know, I think the whole thing with drinking, and another thing, New Year's parties, right? That's another one. Like, you know, all it is a bunch of people, like, doing things, starting the year off. This could be, like, drinking. It could be sleeping around. I mean, you know, there's even people that go to New Year's parties and cheat the first day of the year, or, you know, like, yeah, like, you know, what happened to those New Year's resolutions that you so-called say you're going to do? Like, doesn't look like you're off to a good start to me. Like, but, yeah, like, I've never understood why people even say this garbage, to be honest, because it's like, you can't believe them anyway. Like, you know it's BS when you hear it. You know it's BS when you say, oh, people's done something. It's like, and people will also, I'll tell you another thing they'll do. They'll sit here and say, oh, well, I sat here and I completed my bucket list in 2025. You know, I'm just giving a year. And it's like, oh, really, did you? You know, and it's like, you'll sit there and know this person, and you know, you're like, yeah, you're still a narcissist. You're still doing all this crap, and you haven't changed a bit. If anything, you got worse. Like, I mean, it's just, it's complete garbage, y'all. Like, I don't understand it. Like, you know, I was actually seeing that, you know, people posting all these New Year's resolutions, and then, you know, going to parties and doing all this, and it's like, you know, yeah, like, a drinking party is really going to help you with your New Year's resolutions. Like, yeah, I don't think so. But crap. Yeah, like, I usually stay home. Yeah, I mean, I do too. Like, I don't really give a damn about New Year's. Like, I mean, I don't really. Like, all people do is drink, get drunk, you know, doing all this partying, sleeping around, you know, stuff like that. And it's like, you know, yeah, I want nothing to do with that. Like, because it's. Why would I want something to do with that? And, you know, just sit here and say, oh, well, I got this, you know, New Year's resolution. But, like, yeah, it's just stupid. But yeah, anyway, like I noticed like it's it's every year and like like there's even some people that say, "Oh, well, I'm gonna get off dope," and it's like, are you now? And it's like 5, 10, 20 years down the road, they're still doing it, right? They say the same New Year's resolution every single time, and it's really tiring. It's just another BS holiday that is pretty much you instead of New Year's Day, they might as well call it drinking and partying day. Like, honestly, that's what they should call it. I mean, am I right or am I wrong? Like, I mean, and another thing, why do you have to wait to the first of the year to so-called have a goal? Why can't you have a goal in mid-October? Why can't you have a goal in really any time of the year, to be honest? Like, why does it have to be starting New Year's? Why does it have to be that way? Like, you have to kind of ask yourself that, and it's like, when you really think about it, you'll see it for the BS that it really is. But isn't that every holiday to drink? Well, I mean, I don't really know of any people that get drunk on Thanksgiving unless they've got no family. But, like, I mean, I guess it probably happens. But, as far as, like, American holidays, I guess. I mean, do people actually get drunk on Christmas and stuff? Like, besides, like, people that ain't got no family that's, like, lonely or something? Like, I mean, I don't really necessarily know about those holidays. I don't really celebrate them, but, like, yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't know, like, the whole thing, to me, the whole vibe is off. Like, it's just, I don't know, I find the whole thing just really absurd, really stupid. Like, just have a goal any time of the year. Like, that's kind of what I say. Like, I mean, like, because if you're gonna have a goal, why does it have to be like that day, like I said? But yeah, y'all, like, it just goes to show you, like, and I'll tell you another thing before I say that. A lot of people will say these New Year's resolutions just to look good. Like, they'll say it just to look good, to try to get approval from somebody, to try to look good to other people, and then people are like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. And it's like, yeah, it would be a good idea if you would stick to it. But, like, it's just, it's all BS at the end of the day, so, but yeah, and, like, the whole thing, too, is, like, New Year's, a lot of people spend New Year's alone. Like, like, a lot of people are alone on New Year's. They're alone on every freaking holiday. Like, I mean, every holiday, they're alone. And it's like, these people obviously, are crap. That's gonna KO me. Probably. Anyway, yeah, like, it's just, it's full of absurdity. Like, I don't understand why someone wants to make these dead promises. Like, they're basically lying to themselves. And it's like, like, I heard a guy one time, like, he just kept saying, like, oh, I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna go to the gym, right? And it's like, guy just kept saying this, right? And it was like, well, years have passed, and you still have not went to the gym. Like, if you've ever seen that show, like 600 Pound Life, right? You will see that a lot of them, you know, that happen around this time, like New Year's, you'll notice they'll say, oh, well, I've got all these New Year's resolutions, right? No, you don't. You can't even get out of bed. Like, you can't even get out of bed to even do them. Like, just hush. Just hush. Seriously. Like, you can't... You're all talk. Like, until you put into work, like, to be able to get out of the bed, I mean, that's kind of the first step in your case. Like, but, like, it's not just people like that either. Like, I mean... But, like, I mean, yeah, it's like, it's really almost everybody, it seems like. A lot of people just sitting here just spouting off, blowing smoke out of their butt, right? And, you know, I get tired of it. It's annoying. Like, and I'm pretty sure a lot of other people are tired of it too, because, I mean, you know, and I'll tell you another thing too. Like, you'll hear this in, like, on New Year's, and really you'll hear it any day of the week, honestly. And it's like, you know, I actually was glad I heard this today. And there was this guy in the grocery store. And, you know, like, we've already talked on the channel about how awkward that stuff is. Like, people cannot hold a conversation in the grocery store at all. Like, you know, the workers, like, cannot. It's like, you know, people have lost the ability to learn how to carry conversation due to, like, phones, social media, like, political news and all this kind of crap, right? And it's like, you know, they don't know how to talk to one another, right? And anyway, one of the things they will say is, did you find everything all right, to a person who comes in there all the time, right? And it's like, you know, it's kind of like a no S moment. It's like, yeah, you know, no crap, I found everything all right. But anyway, this guy, he got kind of agitated when this guy was asked this. He goes, no. Like, he says it, like, in the most smart-ashish way possible. And, you know, honestly, I was like, you know what? I am so glad that I am not the only one that is sitting here thinking this. Because he got so agitated, the fact he's like, no. You know, because it's just weird. It's awkward. Like, you know, if I did not find everything, okay, obviously I would have came to a worker, tried to get some help, obviously, to find whatever item I'm looking for. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just ridiculous. But, like, yeah, it's like, I can't even tell you how many people I've seen buying booze on New Year's. Like, literally. Like, I mean, even, like, there's these people that, like, have COVID. And they, more than likely, like, because they're boozers, right? I guarantee you they was boozing it up even when they had COVID. I would put money on it. Like, I honestly believe they probably did, because, you know, like, people who are addicted to that kind of thing, like, that's all they do. Like, but, like, yeah, like, you know, another thing, like, the whole thing with, like, New Year's, like, the main people that's getting business is alcohol stores on that day. I'm gonna tell you that now. No business is getting business like an alcohol store on New Year's Day. I'm gonna tell you that now. That right there is, that's a lot of business, y'all. Like, that's a lot, right? So, I mean, sorry. I've seen people buy liquor at the grocery store too all the time. Well, yeah, I mean, kind of right now though, I'm talking about New Year's, like, only really. People buy it every day, but like on New Year's, you'll notice it's way worse, right? Like, that's when a lot of people, like the cops is out trying to catch people drinking and driving, you know, all this crap. And it's like, you know, believe it or not, a lot of car accidents happen on New Year's Day because people are drinking. And, you know, it's like, oh, yeah, what a great way to start the New Year off, you know, is what you're thinking, I guess. But it's like, no, that's not a good way to start the New Year off. That's a terrible way to start the New Year off. Like, they don't need it. No, they really don't need it. And it's like, you know, I'm going to tell you this. Like, I will say one thing that is kind of happening that is good. And so the whole thing, like, I don't know if anybody's heard of this, but like, a lot of people are angry, like, because in states like Indiana, Illinois, and a couple of other states, they are starting to restrict what items can be bought with SNAP food stamps, right? So they're taking off like pop, cakes, cookies, ice cream, chocolate bars, you know, sweets, donuts, you know, all that kind of stuff. And it's like, you know, people is outraged about this. And the fact that people are outraged about this shows where we are as a society, because it shows that people have no desire to change. It shows they have no desire to eat better. It shows that they do not care about their well-being or the well-being of others. And to me, it's just pathetic. Like, I mean, honestly, I'm for it. Like, I'm honestly for it, because, you know, that money should be used to pay for healthy meals, you know, something that's got some sort of nutritional value to it, right? And look, as much as I like chocolate, it doesn't really have any nutritional value. Like, I mean, like, not much. Like, depending on the chocolate. Now, white chocolate has a tad, but, like, I mean, stuff like dark chocolate, milk chocolate, you'll hear dark chocolate's healthy. No, dark chocolate, the only reason they say that's healthy is because it doesn't have sugar. However, it's got added sugar, so therefore it defeats the purpose. So, like, I mean, I'm honestly for this, right? So, but like, you know, this happened on New Year's Day, and people was like, oh, well, you know, we should be able to buy booze with food stamps, or we should be able to buy energy drinks with food stamps. And, you know, it's like, why? Why do you want to buy that with food stamps? Like, I don't understand. Like, it makes no sense to me. Like, what it is, you know, places like days like New Year's, they want to buy a bunch of booze with food stamps, right? Or whatever kind of it is, even if it's cash, it's whatever. But, like, I did see this argument. Like, they want to buy booze and energy drinks with food stamps. And it's like, you've never been able to buy booze, from my knowledge, with food stamps. I've never seen anybody be able to buy booze with food stamps, right? Like, but it's like, the fact that people want that, though, like, think about that for a second. Like, that is crazy. Like, I don't understand why people would want that. Like, that makes no sense whatsoever to me. And, but, yeah, it's just, it's really weird. But, the whole thing with New Year's, like I said, is it's all talk and no proof, no grind, no nothing, right? Like, it's just BS, right? It's just total BS. But anyway, I'm going to get on to the second topic. I'm not going to really spend a whole lot of time on the whole New Year's thing. You get the picture, right? So I'm not really going to spend a whole lot of time on it. What I want to talk about for the second topic is carouseling and dating. And I mentioned at the beginning of this video that I've not talked about this topic before on the channel. This is going to be the first time I talk about this topic on the channel. And it's like, you know, it's very bad, honestly, but like, what is it? Well, I'm about to tell you. So, carouseling and dating is basically getting stuck in endless, like, messaging on apps. This can be social apps, it can be dating apps, any kind of app. Crap, I need to forfeit that. I forgot to put something on him. It could be any kind of apps, you know, like, and you're going in circles, right? You're going in circles without ever progressing to an actual date. Like, it never progresses to an actual date. And, you know, they do this over and over and over, and, you know, it's completely fueled by overthinking, right? Like, I mean, like, legit overthinking. And, like, it's really stupid because, you know, they also have, like, the fear of missing out and, you know, anxiety about meeting in real life. Like, it's basically pretty much a cycle where people keep chatting for weeks, months, creating, like, a false sense of connection type of thing, right? And, but, you know, never really taking the next step or anything. And it leads to burnout. It leads to complete burnout and frustration for those, you know, wanting a concrete relationship. And, you know, the people who are getting played by these people who are carouseling, right? And it's like, you know, I think the whole trend with it is stupid. Like, I don't understand what what is so good about being this way. If anything, it's just quite sad, to be honest. Like, it's honestly really pathetic, to be honest. But yeah, anyway, so it's basically like you're prolonging messages, like I said, for weeks or months. And, you know, it just never really leads anywhere, like, at all. You know, there's no in real life dates, obviously, like I mentioned before. And, you know, you will have extreme anxiety and overthink. Like, you know, especially to the person who's, like, trying to find a concrete relationship, who's trying to sit here and get a good relationship. Like, say you're a man wanting a good woman, right? Or, you know, you're a woman wanting a good man, and, you know, you got all these, you know, you got these people doing this to you, right? And it's like, you know, it's like, you know, it's a time waster. They're also time wasters. And, you know, because you could be trying to find someone that will be genuine, stuff like that, right? And another thing is you will have extreme stalled progress. Like, you know, the connection will feel like it's going absolutely nowhere. Like, and, you know, despite the activity of, like, you know, you chatting or doing, you know, whatever it is. And yes, you've heard of it, or but, like, it's very stupid. It's a very stupid thing. Like, I don't even understand how this is a thing, to be honest. Like, I mean, it's just sad. Like, it's completely just disgusting and sad, in my opinion, right? So, come on, Goku. Really? But, like, yeah, it's just really sad. And people who are trying to sit here and be like, hey, you know, I'm trying to find someone who's gonna sit here and, you know, kind of be serious, and it's like you got someone just sitting here carouseling you, right? And it's like, you know, you're going in circles like on a carousel. That's why it's called that. And you know, I've dealt with this many of times, and I'll tell you another thing that they do on the apps. They will constantly, like, they will get bored, like, of you, and then they'll start swiping again, like, all the time, right? And, you know, it's basically kind of like dating app overload. Like, you know, in a way, you know, it's too many choices lead to indecisiveness. Like, you know, because you're always sitting there thinking, oh, the grass is greener on the other side type of crap, or, and we already know how that plays out, y'all. We already know how that kind of type of stuff plays out, right? And, you know, you always feel that someone better is available, so you're constantly looking no matter what. Like, you're not able to sit here and talk to a person, get to know them, and just sit here and just kind of have a conversation and get to know each other and then progress into something else, right? It's just not going to happen because they're constantly, you know, feeling that someone is always better. And it's like, you know, being on the receiving end of this, it's really honestly agitating. Like, it's very agitating. And a lot of people do this, y'all. A lot of people. Like, this is a very common thing. Especially on the dating apps or the socials. You know, whatever, right? So, yeah. You know, another thing, too, is it's like, you know, the safe space thing is like, you know, oh, the just talking stage, you know, it keeps, like, the person who's carouseling on a, like, low pressure kind of way to keep someone interested without the true, like, vulnerability for commitment or any of that, right? It's very similar to stuff like roaching and stuff that I've talked about. You know, you're leading someone on, it's just crazy. But like, another thing is like fear too. Like, the person's like hesitant to suggest meeting because of nerves or fear of rejection. And it's like, you know, these are the people that never get anybody. Like, because they let doubt completely cloud their judgment, right? Completely. And that's why a lot of these people, they do end up alone. And hate that too. Yeah, like, it's just, it's crazy. I've dealt with it, you know, and this is not a new trend, by the way. This is not a new trend. It's just gotten much worse. Like, this has been a thing for, gosh, probably dating back to, like, maybe even before the 90s. Like, it's just gotten much worse in the 20th century, right? So, I mean, I don't, like, understand, like, the point of it, because, you know, and another thing is, like, well, how do you break this cycle, right? So, obviously, you know, you need to set a dedicated time, right, for dating and focus on moving forward to, like, a real meeting, right? Like, that's the first step you honestly need to do as the person who's doing the carouseling. Like, and then, like, you know, be honest. Like, you know, if you're doing this, like, and you're, you know, just be like, oh, hey, by the way, I'm just going to carousel you, so you might as well just not talk to me. You might as well just say that if they message you, right? Because if someone's messaging you, why not say that? Because if you're going to do it, I mean, why not? Like, another thing is, like, be more, like, open. Like, suggest, like, making a genuine connection. Like, suggest video call or, you know, stuff kind of like that, right? I mean, you know, and then until you meet up, and it's like, you know, you meet up, and then like, oh, hey, you know, it's either, well, I like this person or I don't, you know. So, but the thing is like, why continue to carousel somebody and just wasting their, not only wasting your time, but you're literally wasting a bunch of people's time. Like, this isn't just wasting one person's time, right? Like, this is wasting, like, a whole slew of people's time, right? And, you know, it just, I don't know, it's crazy to me, because, you know, and, like, another thing, too, you have to move past, like, the talking stage as well, because if you don't move past the talking stage, like, you know, it's never going to go anywhere. Like, and, you know, I'll hear people say this stuff all the time. Oh, we're just talking. And it's like, you know, okay, well, why are you carouseling? Like, if you're just talking, then why are you just talking? If you're not having, like, any genuine plans to do anything, just don't even talk at this point, because it's completely pointless. That's messed up. Yeah, it's another one of those messed up dating behaviors, man. Like, it's just, I mean, there's so many of these dating behaviors that I've not even covered on the channel, dude. Like, there's so many. Like, it takes a long time to get to them, right? But, like, yeah, like, it's just, it really makes you think, like, when you think about, like, narcissism and just all these toxic dating behaviors and other red flags, you really realize how much of a disaster the dating market really is. Like, honestly, like, at this point, I would say the dating market is probably far worse than like an F5 tornado coming through your town. Like, I mean, like, I hate to say that, and I'm not trying to downplay, like, tornadoes or natural disasters, because that stuff is serious. But, like, at the same time, it seems like the dating market is even worse than that. And you know what I have to say to that? Praise God that I am not in the dating market. That's all I can say. Because I can tell you now, if I ever became single, or like any of that, like, I would never put myself out on the dating market. Like, unless some good, loyal Asian chick came along. That would be the only time I would maybe even consider anything, right? Like, yeah, the dating market sucks. I mean, yeah, it does suck. Like, and carouseling is ruining your love life too, right? It's completely ruining it. Like, you know, you could have something really special and really good with one of these people that you're carouseling, right? And you know, it's like, it's a very addictive behavior, and it's also a behavior based off of dopamine hits. And we've talked about dopamine hits months and months ago, right? We've covered about that, you know, about the cell phone and, you know, the social media stuff. And it's just like, yeah, you know, anymore, people will do anything. I mean, literally anything to get a dopamine hit. I really don't like dating because of the market. Yeah, I mean, you seem like a pretty good woman. I mean, from what I know of you. Like, it's a shame you ain't got a good fella to confide in. But like, you know, it's like, when is these toxic dating behaviors going to stop, right? You ask yourself that, when are they going to stop? And, you know, the question, like, the answer to that question is never. It's never going to stop, you know, and it's a very addictive process. And like, people will continue to do this type, oh crap, people will do this kind of stuff, and they won't think twice about it. They're getting the dopamine hit, so therefore they really do not care, right? They really don't. And it really goes to show, like I said, how much of a disaster that it really is. I mean, but like, you know, another thing too is, I'll tell you that these people that carousel, they will also keep you as a backup. So it's in a sense, it's kind of like pocketing, roaching. It's very similar to that in certain areas, because what they will do is they will keep you as a backup. And like, the biggest thing, another thing is like that they will do this for is an ego boost, right? Men and women will do this for an ego boost. Like, that's why they carousel. That's one reason why they carousel. Another one, you know, is like testing the waters kind of crap, right? And it's like, you know, that stuff's just a waste of time. It's ridiculous. You know, another one's like, you know, you could be shy or possibly like hesitant, right? You know, and like, you know, to be honest with you, like, I'd have, there's nothing wrong with shy people, right? But like, to be honest, believe it or not, shy people actually do ruin their love life with their shyness, because, you know, they let that get to a point to where, you know, it's literally affecting their entire life, right? I mean, I've been there. Like, you know, I know what that's like. I've been there. You know, I've dealt with shy people. I was kind of shy myself at one point. And it's like, you know, it can definitely put a damper on your love life. That's for certain, right? So, you know, and another thing too is like, you know, why don't these people just be completely direct, like I mentioned before? Like, you know, like, just say something like, oh, hey, I'd love to meet up soon. Like, what do you think about that? Like, you know, say something along the lines of that. Like, don't just sit here and carousel or something. Like, I mean, that would honestly kind of seem like the big thing to do, in my opinion. I mean, but like, you know, try making the first move yourself, actually, this time. Like, instead of like waiting on someone else, try to do that. And another thing is, like, find people who want the same thing as you. Like, you know, that's a big problem within dating. Like, you know, I even watched a woman talk about the other day. She talked about women do not want the good guy that's in their friend circle that would be good to them, that would be nice to them. No, they want the bad boy. They want the toxic man is what they want. And then when they get hurt by this man, they will continue to, you know, do what I just said in the video the other day. crap. I'm trying to think of what that word was. Hang on a minute. I'm trying to think of what that word was, actually. Like, hang on. Let me look real quick. The word just left me. I'm sorry. Like, but it did. What was that word? Hang on, let me grab my phone real quick. Let me grab my phone. Let me go to my YouTube studio, because I'm trying to think of what that was, honestly. What was it that I said? Like, yeah, groundhogging. I talked about groundhogging yesterday. Or not yesterday, the day before yesterday. Sorry, my bad. And, you know, I had talked about this, and, you know, it goes back to that, too. Because, like, these people who groundhog, what they do is they will sit here and continue to date the same type of person, expecting different results, right? So they could be dating narcissist after narcissist, expecting that, you know, one of them to marry them and be good to them and have good results, right? And just all this kind of mess, right? And, you know, that's why you're supposed to find someone the same. Like, and honestly, really, to be honest with you, I would say, really, if you can, find someone who has the same hobbies as you, or at least someone who will support your hobbies. Because I'm honestly, I would, if you can't find the first one, go for the second one. But honestly, I would go for the first one, like, hands down. Like, because, and it's not just hobbies either. Like, find someone who wants the same thing. Like, if you want marriage, find someone who wants it. Like, if you're a man and you want marriage, find a woman who is dead serious about marriage. You know, same thing if you're a woman. If you want marriage, find a man who is dead set on marrying you. Like, find one who's dead serious about marriage as a whole. Because if you don't, and you continue to date these other people, you're just going to get heartbroken. That's all it boils down to. You're only damaging your own mental health. And it's like, you know, why continue to do this, right? So, but like, yeah. Carouseling is something that, like, it's really, it's more so along the lines of the person that's being carouselled. They're excited to meet the carouseller, and these people, they're excited to meet them and build a connection, and then come to find out it's dead in the water. It's been dead in the water since they talked to them, right? Like, it was dead in the water from the beginning. And it's like, you know, this is so much of a problem that even experts have talked about this. Like, this whole thing with carouseling and all that. Like, it's a bad dating trend. It's really bad, and it's just, it's terrible. Like, you know, and it's like, you know, these people who are carouseling you, they do not have any intention in meeting up with you in person. You know, it's basically like an endless stage of talking stage. It's an endless talking stage kind of deal, right? So, yeah, like, it's kind of like, you know, the endless pen pal type of thing, or hugely endless pen pal. You know, like I mentioned before, the backup plan. You know, and the ego boost, and you know, like it's just, yeah, like give these people, do not give these people the time of the day. Do not give them your time. If you suspect someone is carouseling you, they keep canceling on meeting up, drop them. Drop them dead set, say, I don't want to talk to you, and be done. Because don't waste your time like that. Because, you know, if they want to waste their time, that's their problem. But as far as your time, more than likely the people watching this video probably value their time. And, you know, I mean, if you're like me, you do. And if you value your time, don't waste your time with this bullshit. Like, just sit here and just, you know, talk to them. And if they fail to meet up twice even, like, you know, once is like, oh, okay, you got busy. But if they do it a second time, that shows there is no intent to meet. It shows there's no intent. That, you know, they're trying to keep you, like, interested in this endless loop, and just say to hell with that, right? Just do not get involved. But, like, that's going to wrap this one up, honestly. I figured I would go ahead and talk about those two topics tonight. I will say this month, I do have quite a bit of topics lined up. I did have someone reach out to me in Discord, telling me do not stop the topics, that they've learned. This person has learned a lot, a person who watches this channel. So I was like, you know what, I won't go down on the topics too hard then. I'll go down on them some, like I said, because, you know, like I said, this is not the main focus of the channel. So I'll probably do 1 to 2 topics a week. That could be up to 4 topics if I decide to do them in videos like this, where I talk about 2 topics in one video. That is if they're like short and it's something that I just don't have to ramble on about. But like, it's just, it really makes you think, because these problems are not getting any better. They're getting a lot worse. So, yeah, anyway, like I said, I'm going to end this one here. And you learned a lot. Well, that's good, Rosa. But, like, yeah, I'm going to end this one here. So, God bless you all, and I'll see you all in the next time. Peace.